Let me show you how to remove a white background from your logos in Photoshop. As you can see, we have a logo with two colors and a white background. In a situation like this, one of the easiest ways of making a selection in Photoshop is to use the channels panel. Let me show you how that works. From the layers panel next to it, you should see the channels panel. If it's not enabled, make sure that you go into Window and select channels, and it should come right up. From here, you can see the channels that make up this image, the red, the green, and the blue channel. What you need to do is go through each individual channel and select the one that has the most contrast between the foreground and background. For me, it will be the blue channel. You can click and drag it into the new channel icon to create a new channel. And we're going to use this channel to create a selection. From here, all you need to do is go into Image, Apply Image, make sure that you have Merge selected, and under Channel, select the blue copy or whatever the copy that you made. It could be a different channel in your case. For me, it's blue. And under Blending, select Multiply. The image should become black and you can press OK. If it doesn't become black, you can try going into Image, Apply Image again, and reapplying the Apply Image. In some cases, you may need to go into Image, Adjustment Levels, and use the levels to make the image darker. But in this case, only going into the Apply Image command once will do the job. What we're going to do now is convert this into a layer mask. With a layer mask, white reveals and black conceals, so we need to make this logo white. And you can do so by selecting the channel copy and pressing Control-I on Windows, Command-I on the Mac to invert. Then we can load this as a selection. You can hold Control on Windows, Command on the Mac, and click on the blue copy channel thumbnail to load it as a selection. Go back into the RGB mode and click on the layers panel. At this point, you can click on the layer mask icon to create a layer mask, and that removes the white background. But we're not done yet, so don't go just yet. Let me show you something very important. I'll create a solid color fill layer, make it gray, and just place it below my logo. And you'll notice that there's a lot of fringing going on, these white outlines around the image. So what I'll do is show you a method that you could use instead so that you don't have any of that fringing. What you need to do is hold Control on Windows, Command on the Mac, and click on the channel thumbnail to load it as a selection. Then you can go into the solid color fill layer and create a black color fill. And notice that this does not have that fringing like the logo we had previously. And what you need to do now is duplicate this layer by pressing Control-J on Windows, Command-J on the Mac, and selecting the orange color that we have in the original logo. So with the layer disabled, both layers disabled, you can double click on the solid color fill, select that orange, press OK, and you'll see it there. Obviously, we need to hide the content so that we only have orange on the chopsticks and part of the text. To do so, just select any of the selection tools. I'll select the polygonal lasso tool, and I'll quickly make a selection around the black parts of the logo. Once you have the black part selected, you will need to mask that out from the orange layer. To do so, enable these two layers, and on the orange layer, click on the layer mask and fill with black. Alt and backspace on Windows. That's Option Delete on the Mac. You can then press Control-D, Command-D on the Mac to deselect. And by the way, if you're enjoying this tutorial and learning something new, make sure that you hit that like button. It really helps out the channel with the YouTube algorithm. I would really appreciate it. The image is looking great, but we're not done yet. Notice that when I change the background color to a lighter gray, you can see a little of the black outline on the orange areas. That's because we need to remove those areas from the black logo layer mask. Let me show you how to do that. I'm going to hold Control on Windows, Command on the Mac, and click to load the orange pixels as a selection. Then I'm going to go into the black layer mask and press Alt and backspace on Windows to fill with black, which is my foreground color. And I'll deselect, and as you can see, the edges look much better here. To export your logo with a transparent background, what you need to do is go into the File menu, then select Export and choose Export As. From this window, make sure that the format you select is either PNG or GIF. A JPEG will convert the transparent pixels into white, which will get you right back to where you started. So you can select PNG, for example, and make sure that the transparency checkbox is enabled. When you're done, you can click on the blue export button and you can use your transparent logo anywhere that you like. Now, if you wanted to do the opposite and you want to make a background white, then make sure to check out this tutorial. There's a link for it in the description as well. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you again in the next Photoshop tutorial.